I
No,
see.
but you shouldn't. Well, I'm not telling you how you should feel, but well, I don't understand why you'd feel disconnected just because you choose not to drive. I like to race motorcycles, but I realize not everybody races motorcycles, and the truth of the matter is, I don't want everyone like me. I want everyone to be different. Because if everyone was exactly the same, I'll give you an example. If everyone was carbon copies of, say, me, and everybody wants to go out there racing their motorcycles,
that'd be boring.
When I'm out there and we're all clogged up, right? I like the fact that some people like to ride bicycles, some
Like you?
people like to surf in the ocean.
Are you a bicycle
I like to
person?
ride motorcycles
I actually don't
in
know
the
how to ride a
desert,
bike.
racing
Interestingly
in
enough,
the
I
desert.
never learned to.
Okay.
love
I
the
take
fact
public
that
transit everywhere,
everybody is
though.
Okay,
different.
no cars?
It's a wonderful thing. If
Let me give you some
somebody
space, I'm
wants to ride a car, you should feel disconnected from them.
You should feel actually
You're supposed to
connected.
ride a bicycle.
Can I ask you a
we're,
question?
we're all connected together. We live here in this country. That's how we're all connected.
We're connected as Americans?
This is the greatest country on the planet.
Yeah, I was talking about that too.
That's how we are connected. You and I are connected.
Yeah, I agree.
But I drive.
What's it called?
A lot.
If you were hit by a car on your motorcycle and the person drove away,
That's a bad person. There's lots of bad people.
Yeah.
There's bad politicians.
Oh.
There's bad cops. There's bad firemen.
There's bad religious
bad
leaders?
engineers. I'm a machinist by trade. There's bad machinists. There's bad in every group. Not everybody's the same. I think, personally, I come from a perspective, I love the fact that everyone's different. I don't want to get too loud because...
I appreciate that so much.
No, honestly, I drive a car, and because you don't drive a car, you shouldn't feel disconnected. We're still... we could be buddies.
I know, and luckily, I think that...
And a lot of people do get killed on motorcycles. And I'll tell you what, it goes beyond just accidental. I personally, riding a motorcycle, I've seen people target me. You know what? I don't appreciate the fact they're trying to take my life.
Oh.
And it would, it would be, from my perspective, pretty damn sad. But you know what? If I'm going to believe the way I believe and enjoy the fact that everybody's different, I know that means there's going to be a diverse.
And you know, Trump is connecting a lot of people. A lot of people of diverse backgrounds like you and these individuals. So yeah, it's happening. But we're connecting already because we care about our country.
Keep on driving, keep on going. I hope they keep on missing.
Go ahead.
Is this a anti-Trump event? Because we did see. It said
I saw Sacred
See, that's why we
Resistance
like
though.
to come
Resist
here
doesn't mean
personally
necessarily have to do with Trump.
So there are Trump supporters in there?
On the internet.
I don't know. We didn't ask about it if anyone's a Trump supporter.
So
Are
what
you?
is the resistance about then?
There's two different ways of defining this. So like you can either assimilate and become part of the culture that you're in, or you can.
Are you talking about in life general, like the options you have?
Yeah, there's a lot of
What
things
is that
to
you're
resist. There's a lot of. It's not about specific people or specific administrations. There are systems. There are cultures. There are larger forces at play. And I think like resistance plays a role in that. Like when I think to a certain extent, even like maybe when you voted for Trump or whatever, you felt like you were resisting a system that wasn't working for you, right? So
Oh, that's a great
No, not for
point.
me. See, that's a little bit different. I don't ever use that word me. I voted for Trump because I thought he was best for this country. And I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. For me personally, right, he's not going to benefit me more than, say, Bernie. I have not one, but two kids. I have 4 kids, but I have 2 of them going into college. It's going to cost me a lot of money. College is super expensive.
It is very
Bernie was saying free college. So if I were thinking about me, I'd be like, yeah, Bernie's my guy. I don't ever think like that. I look at Trump and say, and Trump was saying the thing to me that is the most important thing. Jobs, jobs, jobs.
Right.
You keep people working. Think about it. Think about the situation that we have in Chicago. For just a quick example, right? Chicago is a dump right now. People getting murdered. There's no jobs there. You keep those people working, all those jobs that went out of this country, all of a sudden you have all those people that are causing problems, killing, pimping, doing all this bad stuff. They're working 8 to 10 hours a day. They don't have time to cause problems. And they got money in their pocket to pay for the apartment. They could take care of themselves. To me, jobs melt so many other issues automatically.
Okay. Yeah. Ferris called and.
You keep people busy. You keep people working. You keep people money in their pocket. They don't have time to bother.
So because you were a Bernie supporter, you told me.
That is true.
No,
And he was.
Oh.
And you were a Bernie supporter or a Hillary
I wouldn't
supporter?
vote for Bernie because.
Did you vote at all?
I did vote. I did end up voting for Hillary, but not because it's necessarily she was like my candidate.
Well, thank you for voting.
You voted for Hillary. Okay. Because you liked her or because she was the least offensive alternative?
I wish I could even say that, but
She was that bad to you.
she was terrible.
So what did you, may I ask, because we're asking peacefully, we're having dialogue, why did you not like Trump?
Yeah, can
5 feet this way.
Yeah, it'd actually be easier to record you, because I wouldn't have to turn the light
you don't
on.
have the noise in the background either.
Okay, so that's fine. So why did you not like Trump?
And I can totally understand.
Because Trump stands against a lot of things that I hold as values.
Like what values?
I'm a Japanese American. I'm fifth generation.
Fourth generation?
Fifth, actually.
So that would make you Yosei.
Gosei, yes.
Yeah.
I've lived in Boyle Heights my entire life.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, 4 generations.
There used to be a Jewish community in Boyle Heights.
Yeah.
The temple's still there, isn't it?
Yep.
It's a national treasure now.
Breed Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was a huge Jewish community in Boyle Heights.
We gotta bring it back.
Boyle Heights is like a very dense, multi-ethnic space.
It sure is.
It's definitely shaped like.
You thought? Did you think Trump was going to threaten that?
I think Trump was going to threaten the civil rights of people who very much were in a similar place to Japanese Americans back during World War II when they were incarcerated.
So you thought there'd be another 9066 executive order? Why?
The Muslim ban has a lot of policy similarities with how 906.
Can I speak to that right now? It is not a Muslim ban because 83% of Muslim countries were not targeted. So it's not a Muslim ban.
But the ones that were on the list were Muslim.
Heavily Muslim. There are Christians in Syria.
There are also ones that have openly said we want to destroy America. Those are the ones
can I make a point to that though? Is that it's I think there were a lot of countries on those, right? You're right. It's not just Muslims. There's a lot of people that were being banned.
And why? It was a refugee ban because we have refugees. Let me finish this point and then I'll let you respond. Okay. We have refugees going into Europe, going into Africa, going into other countries, blowing things up, attacking Jews. They are against the very diversity you care about. And here in America, and children of those refugees have committed crimes from Somalia and also from Syria, and those are where the refugees are coming from. And Saudi Arabia is not doing its job helping their Middle Eastern community.
Saudi Arabia is a U.S.-backed state. That's the thing. Yeah.
Well, so is Egypt.
Yeah, I know. The U.S. backed Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia is
and
one
Egypt
of the,
as well.
One of the homes of ISIS, correct? Right. So it's U.S.
Saudi Arabia is not a home of
okay, and
ISIS.
that was true before Trump came into office.
Why are you blaming him?
So it's not a Trump thing.
I wasn't blaming Trump for the ISIS.
Oh, good.
I was just saying that Saudi Arabia.
ISIS comes from Syria, the Levant, they call it in the French term for Syria.
Maybe change that. I don't know. I'll be
because I don't want to.
I think Trump is focused. Honestly, is America. Period.
And you made a great point. Why should, if you don't want us bombing people in other countries like Yemen, or and you know what? Trump's kind of almost quasi-isolationist. He's a nationalist, but he wants to take care of Americans and stop bombing other countries.
Isolationist. God, that would be so great.
Okay, so you shared a view. So we have difference of opinion. I would like to end. I thought we had to go into Iraq, and I think we had to go. I think we need to get out. I think Afghanistan should have been added to the list, and Saudi Arabia.
We should just pull out of everywhere. If we can help it.
Okay, I think there's a point,
and I also think he's talking about the ban list, right?
And yeah, I'm talking about the ban list. Yeah. I think Saudi Arabia should have been on the list. I think that Afghanistan should have been on the list.
I agree with that 100%.
So
Saudi Arabia is horrible.
What other countries?
If you want my opinion on what immigration needs to be right now, we need to stop it entirely from all countries.
Yep.
Because our system is so screwed up right now because Obama didn't enforce our laws. That was a real problem. So, and we are a diverse country already. It's not like we need to take in the whole world.
300,000 to 400,000 people every year are welcomed into this country with open arms. And I'm a big fan of, if somebody come up to your house and knocked on your door, right? Politely knocked on your door, you opened up and you invited them in, that's one thing. What if they just come up to your front door and just walk in? You're going to throw them out, right?
It's okay.
That's the way I look at it. I mean,
that's the issue with the borders.
Not just be able to
you don't just open
into this country willy-nilly.
Do you guys have a door on your homes?
Go legally.